For coverage, I do sit down, try to search, get new ideas on how to write, and know some of my fault when writing stories.
Since I came here, I was trained by my senior reporters who normally go to the court, and sometimes also when I have difficulties, as you can see, I will write and I will give her to help me to edit some of my mistakes.
Correspondent, yeah, I do go to the field, get my stories, come write it and submit it to the editors. I do read where my fault is and where I have done wrong, so that tomorrow I can improve. Yeah, because it's not easy.
Always when we come back, we use the paper to write our stories and submit it to the typist to type them. Before I come to the office, I normally go to court every day. So I'm always glad when I go to the court. Now the court system is in my system. I love going to court.
All right, we're here with Omar Wally. As we understand, you mostly deal with investigating report. Can you please tell us more about investigating and reporting on certain issues?
Okay, normally we receive report from people, and sometimes our editors will assign us to find out certain issues. So we'll mount our investigation, but sometimes we find it very difficult to get information because sometimes people try to run away from us. Say journalists, they're always bad people. So that's the perception many people have.
Journalism, as we all know, when you're going into it, you expect such problems.
But I try all my best to ensure that I get what I want, because it's difficult to get the source. Everybody try to run away, and it went up to the extent that they call me an obituary reporter, because all what I write is bad things. They say I run away from people.
Newspaper, as we understand, you're writing your story right now, and sometimes one of the most captivating things for newspapers is headlines. Sometimes, how do you manage in getting up the proper headline for your story?
Yeah, in journalism, that's a very good question, because most of the time, readers, by glancing the caption alone, will tell you what is in the story, and with that we do our best effort and so we come out with the best caption that will fancy our readers to buy our paper.
It must be somebody who is focused, it must be somebody who is committed, and it must be somebody who is hardworking. Because
you can spend the whole day gathering information without having access to food and water. Those are big challenges. If you cannot do with it, you cannot do the job.
You never know when and where some of these activities will take place.
So that's we always try our best to ensure that our reports are always factual, accurate, and among others.
So when you write, you think that all what you write is perfect, is correct, and sometimes if somebody next to you looked at it, will find or will pick one or two words that might not be correct. So that makes that aspect very, 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 very difficult or challenging sometimes.
How do you feel working in a newspaper?
Very hectic. You have to go for coverage, write your story, submit to the editors, been proofread, laid and printed and circulated in the market. It's very difficult, I can say. For television, you just go and capture and come and edit, but
I would agree with that.
Okay. Ours is the most difficult one, I can say. Yeah. Wow. Since I was going to school, I want to be a journalist, and my editors trained me well. I went over the extent of reporting for some international media. So journalism is my passion, I can say, my hobby. Yeah.
Right now I'm working in my column because apart from the covering the office of the Vice President, I also run a weekly entertainment column called What's On. Yeah, this is a weekly column that features latest development and trends in the showbiz industry. It covers both Gambian and international artists too.
Then you must know a lot about fashion. Talking of fashion and the beauty tips and the like, what will you tell to some of your readers?
Well, fashion, as you've already mentioned, is a global thing and ever-changing mood. Nowadays, we are seeing different fashions in the market, which I think it comes with globalization. We have to adapt to the changing mood of the society. Yeah, all what I can tell our readers is to keep reading Observer for update information, news, and entertainment for our readership.
Right now, we're in a particular season, as you deal with a column that's called What's On, mostly looking at fashion trends and the like. Can you tell us what can girls, for example, watch out for at a particular moment? What are some of the things that we can buy, wear, or...
Well, that would be a funny question, because what I can tell our readers or the girls is to kind of like, I can see now many people are used to this kind of like smart, you dress smartly to kind of like impress. Yeah, this software kind of like dress which they normally call fashion. I can actually, I'm no comparison with these girls dressed like, but yeah, to be kind of like going for smart dresses.
Just to impress.
Exactly.
Coming from JANKO, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The guy behind the Daily Observer Sports Desk. BABOUCARR, we met you working on the internet and others. Can you please tell us what you're doing right now?
Thank you very much, Rohi. I'm trying to compile the articles and also edit the local stories that the freelance, the reporters brought for tomorrow's publication. That is what I'm doing at the moment.
What's it like heading a sport department? If you look at sports has its own language, sometimes the reporters will come up with a particular report, you have to work in it, edit it to suit the reader's point. What is it like? What's the process like while you're editing and all that?
You see, it's not easy. It is difficult, I must admit. But here at Observer, our work is not very difficult because we work here like a team. Okay? And yes, sports is different from other reportings. It has its own languages. So I have my reporters here that I will assign for coverages, and then I will guide them as what to do and the languages that they will use. Different from other reporting. So when they bring their reports, I edit them, publish it on the paper. I advise them to read it the next morning and compare it with their original piece so that they can be able to improve. And I'm happy that I'm seeing that they are catching up very fast.
Usually, BABOUCARR, we sometimes hear that sport journalists are mostly featuring football than other sports. What's your view on this?
Well, that could be true, yes, but when you look at Observer's sports publications, especially when I took over here, I think other sports have also been given the opportunity. Almost on a daily basis now, you have other sports, which are even local. Tomorrow I have about 2 stories that are athletics, and I even have cycling on my tomorrow's publication. So I think at Observer, we are trying to make sure that we give all the other sports associations the same opportunity like football, despite the fact that football is famous.
Okay, HATAB, I can see that you're working on a report right now. What's it like editing a story written by someone else? It is not your own language you use. You were not at the field knowing what was happening. Again, the story was written and given to you to edit. What's it like?
It's kind of it's a very big task to be here as an editor or to edit a particular story. As you rightly said, you are not on the ground. It is a reporter who is on the ground, but it is your duty as an editor to be able to edit this particular story so that it can be fit for public consumption. But what we look at editing, we don't only look at the grammar in editing, but we also look at other issues, such as legal implications of an article and how interesting the story will be to the readers. Because we cannot publish articles that definitely will not be informative and will not interest the readers. So it is very difficult difficult task, but we try to definitely cope with the situation.